You're listening to a new episode of SunCast, the weekly series hosted by David Siegel that keeps you up to date on all the latest happenings with the Connecticut Sun.
Hi everybody, it's David Siegel welcoming you to a WNBA Finals Connecticut SunCast. We are between games 3 and 4, and it is a pleasure to welcome back to the SunCast Morgan Tuck of the Connecticut Sun. Morgan, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. You know, Morgan, when I listened to the post-game and such from Coach Miller and also JJ and some of the other quotes that I saw, the team, while obviously not happy with the results, didn't seem like they were really down or overly concerned that, you know, the feeling was that this is still something that can be turned around and won. Is that correct?
Yeah, it definitely is. You know, I think that's the good part about being in a series. You know, you can, not play as well or drop a game or two and, you still have a chance. So I think that's why we're very optimistic about it because we know, it's not out of reach. Like, for sure, we can still win it. We can win Game 4 and then go to DC and win Game 5. So I think that's, something that we like about the fact that, it's not single elimination or anything like that because we still have a chance even if you don't play as well one game.
Well, you are no stranger to elimination games. Certainly, obviously the last couple of years for the Sun, and before that, every game in the NCAA tournament is an elimination game. So, what do you tell your teammates, and what extra experience does that bring to you that you can share with the other members of the Connecticut Sun?
I think now just the biggest thing is, every, all the little things and every little thing matters, especially for our next game, like we have to win it. So it is it's not single elimination, but it's like the elimination game, that same type of thing. So just, to be in the moment and to make sure that, you leave everything out on the floor. There's nothing to save. It's, you don't want to end the game, win or lose, thinking, I regret not doing something or I wish I would have played harder or, did something else. So really just to, be in the moment and make sure that, you realize that this is really important and to treat it that way.
You are certainly a person who is no stranger to injuries and, all the problems that you have had over the years. Were you surprised at all to see Deladon out on the court yesterday and playing at a pretty high level considering the mobility issues that she was having?
No, I wasn't surprised at all. I think if it's regular season, yeah, she would have definitely sat out to heal up, but I think anyone at this point, if you have any type of injury, you're going to play. If it's not something that's keeping you out where you can't play, you're going to be out on the floor. And so, especially toward the end of the season, everyone kind of has something, or, no one's really 100% feeling great all the time. But, someone like that, that's had the year that she's had, that has a chance to win the championship, it's no question that she's going to play as much as she can and, do whatever she can until she can't play. That's the only way that she wouldn't be out on the floor.
Now, your team, you have been a part of this team. Everybody has been a part of this team basically for a couple of years now, and you've grown up as a pro with a number of these players. What kind of an asset for this whole playoff run and also this regular season when you had some ups and downs? Was it the fact that you guys are tight and that you've played together for as long as you have?
I think that's honestly what has helped us reach this far, and to be a top team, because I think that's one of the biggest things is just your chemistry, team chemistry, playing with each other, actually enjoying being around each other, because anyone knows that's played a sport. The season gets long. Once you get to the end of the season, you're ready to go home or you're tired, but when you have people that you genuinely enjoy being around that you know you're going to miss when it's over, I think that's what kind of can make a team special or not. It's not really the wins and losses, but when you really genuinely enjoy your teammates, that always makes the season better, and I think that's what's made us really good.
One of the things that you have had to get used to as a pro was the fluctuation in minutes and roles that comes with some coming off the bench. Yet it always seems that you're ready, and as a matter of fact, yesterday you were the only person that played more than 5 minutes that had a positive plus-minus. Can you talk a little bit, if you don't mind, about the mindset in always staying ready and never knowing when coach is going to turn to you and what the circumstances are going to be?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to, especially when, you're not sure on, what minutes you're going to play, when you're going to play. Some games you might play more, some is less, and it can be very frustrating and it can be hard because it's, when you don't have that level of comfort, like coming from college, I think all of us are used to, we had a level of comfort. We knew we were going to start, we knew we were going to play our normal minutes, but when you don't know that, you really just have to stay sharp. And I think the biggest thing is, you focus on what you can control, and you can control what you do when you get on the floor. You can't control when you get subbed in or how many minutes you play. So for me, it's always like, don't worry about if I'm going to get in or win or how many minutes, but when I go out there, I'm just trying to play my best and, really try to make the impact, and no matter how many minutes I get, and that's really just what I try to focus on.
I mean, we all look and we see what Alyssa Thomas has done in these playoffs, and I can't help but look and think, man, you got to think it's a good thing that there's the male practice players and that you don't have to go bang against her every day in practice.
Yeah, I mean, and that helps. It definitely helps us mentally also, because we do get points in season where there aren't practice players, so we are playing against each other all the time, and that gets very old really quickly, playing against the same people every day. But to just see, she's playing 40 minutes a game, and the way she plays it's tough on her body. So to see all that she's doing and how effective she's still being, that just says a lot about the type of player and, the mentality that she has every game.
One of the things that seemed interesting to me was there was definitely a difference in physicality and what the referees allowed and didn't allow between games 1 and 3 and 2. The refereeing is something that obviously you can't change, but how difficult when you get to the postseason is it to try and adjust on a game-to-game, short turnaround basis to people calling things in different ways? I think that's always a hard adjustment, but I think, you have to try not to worry about it, which is sometimes hard. When you're in the moment and you feel like it's a bad call, you're going to be upset. That's just a part of the game. But you really just have to see how they're calling it, and then you just have to try to make an adjustment, and I think it's always a hard thing, and it's hard not to get frustrated, but, that's just a part of the game, and that's at any level. Refs are human. So it's not going to be like every game they're going to call it the same way, or each ref is going to call it the same way. So, you understand that. You just kind of have to go with the flow and, try to make as many adjustments as you can throughout the game. Okay, so to wrap things up, without giving us anything too much information, what kind of adjustments do you think the team needs to make? What did Coach go over in practice today? What should we see different in Game 4?
Honestly, I think the biggest adjustment that we talked about is just our mentality coming into the game. I think our game plan was fine. I think that we had things that we wanted to do, but we didn't execute them that well. And if we did, it was kind of like halfway executing it, or we sometimes did it, sometimes didn't. So I think just a better level of focus and coming out with kind of how we did in Game 2. I think we had a chip on our shoulder. We came out with a more intensity. So I think that's the biggest adjustment. And I don't think X's and O's. I think it'll be pretty similar. We just have to have we have to come out and hit them first and to have a little bit more fight, and we should be okay.
That was some serious three-point shooting they had going on, though, last game.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to hope that, as I was saying to people, I said, yes, maybe the Sun didn't have their sharpest game, but you make three-pointers like that, you deserve to win.
Yeah, that's hard. Like, if you can shoot that, that's hard to beat. So hopefully we can make them miss a little bit more.
Morgan, thank you very much. We look forward to making them miss a little bit more, getting on the boards, and a victory in Game 4 for the Connecticut Sun.
Yes, thank you so much.